do nothing and sleep forever, is probably what every other student out there screaming first thing in the morning, woken up by their moms because you didn't want to take the test that you didn't study on. Every student out there knows what it feels, how stressful it is in studying a test. The feeling that you think you know everything, but you actually don't. Then you stop studying. Then as soon as the test starts, you forget everything. When you didn't even study because you kept on having excuses like, I'm going to study later, and thought that you had extra time to study, but you actually don't. When you are deliberately interested, or let's say, tired of studying this topic, you would easily get bored of it, and you would start to think, for the first time in your life, how beautiful the walls and ceilings are in the room, right? And so starts the cramming session of students, you and me alike. Let's be honest, tests and exams can be devils, but I am going to show you the different ways to actually have fun in studying. First tip, read your notes as if you are in a play. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere. Stop! According to the journal titled Memory, written by Waterloo psychologist Colin McLeod, that reading and speaking a text aloud is much more effective to remember than actually reading it silently or having someone read it out loud. In this case, you would be actually adding a wow factor and pizzazz, since you would be acting like you are the protagonist, the star of the play, with different characteristics, different emotions, and different speaking parts, and like you would be like the play. So, you know? So, in this way, it would get you to be motivated and interested rather than you plainly speaking it or silently reading it with your eyes. So, yeah. In this way, it would get your attention and interest, since it is much more interesting. Make out a game while studying. Based on statistics, you might use principles in real-life events like sports and games. By making a game out of the subject you're trying to learn, it would be much more meaningful and valuable since you are legitimately interested in it, considering it captures the short attention spans of the millennials of today. For example, you could play a truth or dare game, and where the chosen person would have to answer truth questions, which is basically like simple questions, while the dare would be an example of it, like a short story or quote. And last but not the least is tip number 3. Switch between activities to studying. Study shows that having breaks from your study routine and doing something else can positively affect your attention abilities. There are times when you study too much, but none of that information is really going into your head. You should take either short or long breaks, depending on your preferences, by only overfilling your head with a gazillion of unnecessary information while disregarding or even completely forgetting the most important parts, or ones. By actually taking a break once in a while can help you remember better than actually cramming your head and studying, right? So, in conclusion, even though we study seriously for us to get a high grade, we should learn how to do it on moderate. You keep on studying without limits, you would probably remember the unnecessary information and forget everything else. So it doesn't hurt to have a little fun, right? The point is, we shouldn't stress ourselves out to the point that we are paying the price of our health over a grade that wouldn't even matter in the future. So we let these numbers rule and decide whether we should be happy or not. Stop it! It won't kill you, even if you have a bad or failing grade. So stay healthy, positive, creative, and imaginative. Always live your life to the fullest, and don't forget to have a little fun while studying in that test. Thank you, and adelante!